Okay, y'all, it is just way too blasted hot outside today. 118 is just way too hot, and that's not normal weather for Vegas. We've been dealing with 120 plus weather. Today is the first day that's actually been under 120, which is nice considering that most of the summer it's been over 120, and we had 2 days that hit 130. It is so blasted hot out, y'all, so I'm hoping that here real soon I can cool down enough to be able to get some stuff done in the house and not get too worn out, because honestly I am dragging with the heat and it's just not easy dealing with the heat, especially after having a bone marrow transplant done. Everything temperature wise is really extreme, and it literally feels like my body is on fire. Literally. I'm laying right now under this AC unit, which, it's not hot in the house. It's somewhat controlled, considering that it's hard for these units to keep up with this heat and everything, and it's not easy whatsoever. I mean, I can't go outside and do anything because of this extreme heat. If I go anywhere, I have to make sure it's someplace where I will be able to have access to someplace indoors or something like that. Sorry about the buzzing, and my cousin's texting, but it's really hard and really hot. Honestly, y'all, just please, I've already seen a car fire. I've seen a bunch of people break down in the last couple days because this heat is so hard, not just on us, but on the vehicles, on the animals. Just, guys, do me a favor and make sure that you at least have frozen bottles of water with you at all times. That way, if, the water gets hot that you have with you, you can at least mix it with some of the frozen water and, cool it down to where you can drink it, keep hydrated, and do your best to keep your animals cool. Bring them inside if you can, because I know horse country, cows, and everything like that, it's hard to get them inside, but have misters for them. Have those up, and make sure they have plenty of shaded area. Freeze giant gallon bottled waters. If you have gallons of water, freeze them, or old water bottles, fill them up with water. Even if it's tap water, it doesn't matter. Fill them up with water and put them in their troughs or whatever you need to do to help keep them cool. Your animals are just as important to keep cool as it is to keep yourselves cool. Stop, people, please stop locking your dogs in cars. I haven't seen a lot of reports lately, again, for the way people are locking dogs in cars. If it's 108 outside, it becomes 150 in the car. They're going to boil, they're going to die from the heat. Doesn't matter if the windows are cracked or not, because it still gets really hot. If there's no breeze, that heat's just going to continue to build up. There's no other way for it to escape. Even if there is a breeze, just don't lock them in the car. Make sure you keep your the seniors that are with you, I hate to say this, but I've seen where seniors and kids have been left in cars, and it being extremely hot weather, and just please don't do that. If you're running inside for a minute, don't even leave them in there, especially without a vehicle running and AC on. Make sure that they stay cool, and, but preferably just take them inside with you. Just pay attention to your surroundings and what you're doing. If you see somebody broken down and you have an extra bottle of frozen water, please give it to them. These people, they're not asking to break down. They don't want to break down or anything. Just take care of your community. Do something for the homeless if you have to. Find ways to help them keep cool. Take an ice chest. Fill it up with frozen water. If you see somebody that needs it, give it to them. I don't care if it's a homeless person or somebody broken down along the side of the road. Give them a bottle of frozen water. Because in this heat, this insane desert heat, I don't know why, but everywhere. And, it doesn't matter if you're here or Florida or New York, Canada, China, Mexico, I don't care where you're at. All countries, not just the US is hitting it. All countries are going through an extreme heat wave. Yeah, like Germany, for them, it's 80 some degrees. But for them, that's hot because of the fact that they're used to 50 to 60s. That's normal for them. Even during the summer, it usually doesn't get above 70s. And so, yeah, they're hot. They're burning up because it's not normal. They're taking care of their own people by making sure that they have everything provided for. And just please, the U.S., you guys need to just, the United States, out of all places, needs to learn to take care of their own again. Go back to the way it used to be in, the early 1900s, the 1800s, even back when the Pilgrims first moved out here. They took care of their own. The Vikings came out before the Pilgrims did, and they learned from the Native Americans out here how to grow things, how to take care of each other. And if we need to go back to that, people, come on, just stop this fighting, stop this racist shit, stop everything. Y'all seriously need to grow up. I'm labeled as the Gen X generation, whatever, I don't care. But the way I was raised was to take care of your own and help people who need the help. It saddens me to see that all these people are not helping out their communities anymore. They'd rather be out partying, drinking, doing drugs, and starting fights with people and murdering people for no reason whatsoever. It's hard to see that, honestly. It really is. And honestly, we need to bring God back to America again. Our forefathers built this country based on Christianity and based on working with people that need the help. They wanted our generation to be able to continue to live freely, to worship God the way we're supposed to be. And lately I've been hearing a lot of separation of church and state. But in reality, if people really would just go back in history and sorry, it's hard to kind of talk right now, because my grandfather was the biggest influence in my life, and he taught me all this, and I'm trying to continue on teaching the world and teaching people at the same time. And the separation of church and state is not saying that you can't worship Christ. It meant freedom to worship our Heavenly Father. It didn't mean to remove him from everything that he needs to be in. He needs to be put back in our schools. He needs to be put back in our judicial system. And people need to learn, again, what it's like to take care of their own. They really do, because honestly, the last 2 years alone have been super hard, and not being able to work with my community and be able to help those who need help. I see all these homeless people and I so badly want to help them, and I can't, because I can't afford it right now, because it's the finances right now just aren't there for me. But I have bought them food. I've given them water. I've given them stuff with electrolytes, and just to help keep them as safe as possible. And it doesn't take a lot. It really doesn't. I mean, a simple bottle of water, just go to the Dollar Tree if you want. Buy a 6-pack case for $1 of water. Freeze it. And when you go out, take that with you. Give it to somebody in need. Food, go to the 99-cent store. Go to the Dollar Tree. Go to Smith's, Albertsons, wherever. If there's a huge sale on non-perishable foods, get those foods and have them there and give them to somebody in need. Help your neighbors, help your friends. I'm not saying spend money, give them money left and right. Do what you can. Volunteer at a soup kitchen. Go to a church. Volunteer to work in their food banks. A lot of these churches have food banks, and they do what they can to help lead others to Christ and help provide food for seniors, the homeless, the children that need food, the families. Those of you who are Christians, if your church doesn't have a food bank, talk to your pastor. And, have the deacons get together with you and have a meeting with the pastor and deacons. See what they can do to help you raise what is needed. Food. There's families who need diapers and, baby formula, anything. Just help where you can help. It doesn't have to be a homeless person. It could be, like I said, it could be a food bank. It could be a soup kitchen. It could be volunteering your time, going to hospitals and reading to children. Go to a library, read to kids. Go in shelters, just shelters alone. Just go and help. If you have a local Habitat for Humanity, because I know a lot of places, especially the smaller towns, they don't have Habitat for Humanity. Go there. Help them build up homes and repair things. Like, the biggest tragedy, besides these really bad heat waves and people dying from it, is that building collapse that happened in Florida. Those families need support as well. Go to your local Red Cross, find out what's needed. I mean, these families could use clothes, they could use food, water. If their pets were found and they were able to be reunited with their pets, they could use dog food, cat food, anything. Just help them. Even if it's just sending food over to help with the rescuers, feed the rescuers that are out there almost 24/7. Raise money to help them bury their loved ones. Do what you can to help, please. America needs to come back together and take care of their own. Guys, come on, seriously start taking care of your own again. If I could have done this the last couple years and I was better, my health was better, I'd be in Florida right now, helping families get what they need and raising things for them. So just, you guys, think about what you can do for your community. Because believe me, if I hadn't been battling cancer the last 2 years and finally getting a break from it, I'd help. So please, get off your asses. Stop being lazy. Go out and help. Do what you need to do, okay? Praying that our country, pray for our country, that it gets back together and stand together. And seriously, athletes, you're one of the biggest disappointments for our country. You're representing our country, especially over doing the Olympics. Stop disrespecting our country. Stop disrespecting other countries. If you don't want to stand for the flag, sorry guys, for the flag, walk away and stop being a part of the American athletic teams. Let somebody else who has respect for the country and flag to, you know, go and represent our country. But guys, seriously, stay safe out there. Take care of everybody. And remember, take care of the animals too. They need as much help as they can get as well. Wild, domesticated, whether they're yours or not, if you see an animal, a child, a senior, or anybody, somebody in need, help them. Alright guys, and take care of yourselves. Alright, God bless you guys. Please stay safe. Try to stay cool. Try to do as much as you can. But don't wear yourself out. Whatever you do, don't overdo it, and be careful.